Hi everyone, Michael Cavacini here with a book review. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Metaverse and How It Will Revolutionize Everything by Matthew Ball. So I listened to this book on script, but if you'd like to pick up a copy of the ebook, audiobook, physical book, down below I'm going to include a link to The Metaverse on Amazon. So click there, check it out. If you want to buy a copy, go for it. And as always, please like, subscribe, and share my videos with the world. And thank you so much for doing so. But let's talk about this book, The Metaverse. Metaverse is one of those terms that everyone's throwing around, right? You're hearing it in the news, you're hearing it uh, casually in conversation. Businesses are high on the Metaverse. So I personally wanted to read a book that could educate me a little more on what exactly is the metaverse. What is this thing all about? It's kind of like cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, all this crazy stuff. Sometimes these things can be complicated and a little hard to wrap your head around. So I was trying to figure out, well, I don't want to be dumb about it. So let me read a book on it and hopefully I'll be smarter than I was going into it. So here's the publisher summary, just to give you a taste of what this book is setting out to offer the reader. From the leading theorist of the metaverse comes the definitive account of the next internet, what the metaverse is, what it takes to build it, and what it means for all of us. The term metaverse is suddenly everywhere, from the front pages of national newspapers and the latest fashion trends to the plans of the most powerful companies in history. It is already shaping the policy platforms in the US government, the European Union, and the Chinese Communist Party. But what exactly is the metaverse? As pioneering theorist and venture capitalist Matthew Ball explains, it is a persistent and interconnected network of 3D virtual worlds that will eventually serve as the gateway to most online experiences and also underpin much of the physical world. For decades, these ideas have been limited to science fiction and video games, but they are now poised to revolutionize every industry and function, from finance and healthcare to education, consumer products, city planning, dating, and well beyond. Taking us on an expansive tour of the next internet, Ball demonstrates that many proto-metaverses are already here, such as Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox. Yet these offer only a glimpse of what is to come. Ball presents a comprehensive definition of the metaverse before explaining the technologies that will power it and the breakthroughs that are necessary to fully realize it. He addresses the governance challenges the metaverse entails, investigating the role of Web3, blockchains, and NFTs, and predicts metaverse winners and losers. Most importantly, he examines many of the metaverse's almost unlimited applications. The internet will no longer be at arm's length. Instead, it will surround us, with much of our lives, labor, and leisure taking place inside the metaverse. Bringing clarity and authority to a frequently misunderstood concept, Ball foresees trillions of dollars in new value and the radical reshaping of society. So that is the metaverse. That's a hell of a description, huh? And I can tell you, after having read this whole book, that all of the things that are in this description are completely accurate as to what is in the book. He spends a lot of time talking about video games, which I thought was actually kind of interesting because I'm a huge gamer. So to go into this book, I didn't really think that, oh, this is going to be about video games. Because in my mind, I was like, oh, well, the metaverse kind of already exists, right? We have these massive multiplayer online video games. Like, I love Elder Scrolls Online, and that's kind of a metaverse, right? It's this virtual world that people can take part in and buy houses and all sorts of crazy stuff. But the one thing the author explains really well is that this is just a theory. The metaverse is really a theory. It's not a thing yet. So kind of like when we had social media, it became hot, and everyone and their mother, every company's like, I don't know what social media is, but we need to do it. Like, there was no strategy. It was just simply, oh, we can make money off that, let's do it. Then, it became environmentalism. Oh, we can make money off of being green. We can get green by being green. Let's do it. And so that's the thing. Anytime there's an opportunity for a company to make a buck off of something, they jump at it, even if they don't fully understand it. And this book explains that the metaverse is a theory. We do not have the technology currently to actually fully realize the potential of the metaverse. And the metaverse is kind of this unregulated, interconnected, virtual worlds for example, like in PlayStation, say you're playing a game on PlayStation, if you buy an outfit on that, and you can, in this metaverse world, you'd be able to use that purchase in other games on other platforms. It wouldn't be restricted. Right now, a lot of these virtual things that we're enjoying are exclusive to a specific platform. I mentioned Elder Scrolls Online earlier. I originally started playing that on Steam on my PC, and any progress, anything I purchased for the PC version did not translate over to the Xbox version. So when I switched over to Xbox, I had to repurchase things. I had to create a new character. I had to go through all of this stuff. I couldn't just simply log into my account. You know, there's a lot more of that stuff going on now with cross-platform play and things where they're trying to kind of break down these barriers. But if anything, this book will make you think. It will make you think about, you know, what this concept is of the metaverse. There's a lot of stuff in here about blockchain, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, which, again, another thing I know nothing about. So if you're looking to not necessarily fully understand what's in this book, but feel a little smarter, it's worth reading this book, because it's still very complicated material. But I find that if you just keep reading and learning on your own, that you'll become smarter over time. And at least you can talk about the metaverse in a slightly more educated way if you read this book. So yeah, I do recommend it. I think it's very thought-provoking and interesting. I think it's also great to know that the metaverse really isn't here yet, that we don't really have the technological infrastructure to even make it happen with the internet and all of those things. And we can see it now, just even just trying to stream a video game or something, or video. Sometimes you have buffering issues and latency, and that's another thing. In the book, he explains the difference between latency and bandwidth, and I thought that was really interesting, because I didn't know that there was a difference. I thought, oh, these are just interchangeable words, but they're not. And he explains what the differences are in a kind of a good, quick way to keep that in mind. So I recommend it. I think, you know, The Metaverse is a great book. I'm sure it'll be outdated in a few years because of, you know, new technologies, new advances, and changes in regulations and all of those things. But for right now, as I record this in 2022, I think it's a worthwhile read. And, you know, like I said, down below is a link for you to check it out on Amazon. You know, pick your poison. If you want the audiobook, go for it. If you want an ebook or physical book, have at it. But have you read this? You know, and what are your thoughts on the metaverse? Do you think it's a crock of shit? Are you excited about it? Do you think this is the next big thing, and that we should all, you know, strap in and brace ourselves for what's to come? I mean, I don't know. I just kind of roll with the punches and just see where the world takes us. I try not to get too caught up in one fad or another. I do think, you know, whether we call it the metaverse or not, technology is definitely going to take us somewhere exciting. It already has in my lifetime, and I'm sure in my son's lifetime, which, as you can see here, I'm in the nursery, I'm sure in his lifetime the advances will be even more spectacular. So we'll see what happens. But feel free to comment down below. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and following along. I'm happy to bring you these book reviews along with author interviews and a whole lot more every week. So thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing this content. And thank you for commenting. Really appreciate it. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Most of all, happy reading. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon.